Hope you all had a great weekend, everybody. Thank you for coming back to the channel. I do appreciate it. 4 things to get into today. 1, I want to give a couple tips just for teaching in general. Number 2, building in breaks. So this to help avoid burnout, what I'm doing anyways, which is helping me. Number 3, Vipkid. Yes, in my title. In my opinion, they are benefiting from the lack of feedback. Now, again, the obvious thing is the lack of raises potentially, and we don't know if that's the case, but I'll get into the second part, which I think is overlooked by a lot of teachers. And number 4, a new system. So, Vipkid, they aren't going to ask me. Heck, they may not like me at this point. I don't know. Anyways, I'll make a suggestion for a new potential system to erase and replace the 5 apple percentage for that part. Hang around for that. Okay, number 1, couple tips here. Number 1 for a tip. I like this, so I'm just starting this today. I'm putting in my feedback, and this isn't going to help with your 5 apple percentage at all, but might help with your bookings. Put in your feedback when you open your schedule Beijing time. So Monday, what time of day Beijing time? Is it 9 a.m. Eastern? Is it noon Eastern? When do you open up your schedule? Make it as easy as you can for the parents to book you, and that way they don't have to guess, and keep your time consistent on when you open your schedule so that parents are aware of that. So that's something to consider for that part. For me, I don't open my schedule until noon Beijing time, so I'm putting that in there so that there's no confusion for booking me when I'm open, if I'm working, whatever. I think that will help bookings in general. Number 2, breaks. What I like doing during my breaks, I schedule breaks, at least 1 break a day when I'm teaching. And what I really like doing is I like doing some prep work. Well, I don't really like doing this, but I try and do some of my prep work for the next day. And yes, go to the bathroom, get something to drink, have something to eat. But what I like doing is doing a little bit of prep work for the next day, the classes that I have, and I just find that that helps me be close to being done of my prep work. And then once I'm done teaching, we smash the computer down and we're just done. We don't have to do any more prep work. It's just done. I've done my feedback in the 5 minutes between classes. It's great for work-life balance if you can do that. Get your feedback done between the classes and get your prep work done in your breaks. Now, again, I know that's going to be busy during the morning, but I think it helps overall work-life balance. And leading into my next topic, which potentially could save you from a burnout. So also to help with just burnout in general, it's for me, I've gone over 5 months now without a day off, and that's not uncommon. I know a lot of you out there have gone more than that. But a strategy to avoid burnout is if you're not taking time off. And again, it's great to take a week off from time to time, or a day off, or whatever. But what I like doing even more than that, well, I like time off, but what I like doing, bringing down my level of classes for a given week. So maybe I want to take a little bit of time off that way, bring down my level of classes. So instead of teaching, 50 to 60, maybe I'm down into the 40s for a week. Helps me be able to sleep in. I still keep those peak time periods open. And that's great because that's where I get my most the new students, and they just get booked a lot quicker also. So I just find that's a strategy to help avoid burnout. Teach a little bit less every so often. Give yourself that break. That's what's working for me. Okay, now topic 3, Vipkid. And yes, the obvious thing here on how they are benefiting from lack of feedback, and I'm not saying this is intentional whatsoever, but it is what it is. Of course, we know they're not getting as much in terms, teachers are not getting as many raises. We know that, potentially. Now, Vipkid did reduce it down from 25% down to 22%, so that's a help. That's a help that way, and we'll see whether as many teachers get a raise or not. But what I think gets overlooked here is just the new teachers. The new teachers are the ones that are benefiting from this. And in general, we know that likely the new teachers are paid less because they're getting hired on at a lower rate than maybe others were. And of course, they are not eligible for raises. So the existing teachers out there, a lot of them are into the $9 plus their extra incentives. So because they've rightfully got the raises all along. So that is the main benefit from my perspective anyways. And yes, I know that overall getting raises or not getting raises will benefit Vipkid, but you know, teachers could leave, they could teach less. That isn't as direct. The direct benefit right now is bringing down the average cost per class, which that looks to be happening because the level of feedback is coming down. And what happens with that is that the overall 15-day percentage, which Vipkid has told us, or at least told me anyways, that that's what parents can search by, then that flattens things out. So those existing teachers that had the high percentage, well, they probably don't have that anymore. And that just flattens it out so that it's tougher maybe for parents to find those teachers that were always at the top because they knew how to work the system and they knew how to get a higher 5-apple rating. So here is just the math anyways. And the math here, I don't want to get bogged down in numbers, but the math here, we know that Cindy Me said just a couple months ago that on average, Vipkid, 200,000 classes per day. Multiply by 365, we're talking 73 million classes on average a year, or at least that's what they've been on pace for. Multiply that by 50 cents, if they're even able to shave that off, which I think is a realistic target in the next 12 months, and look, the savings of $36,500,000. That is a big chunk of change, and that is where the immediate benefit is by reducing the overall costs. So let's leave that topic for a second. Go on to number 4. Thank you for coming back to the channel. Please bang on that subscribe and do like the video if you find something useful. Please come back. I do a video every few days, bring some information back here to give to you there also. Okay, and the last topic, a new system. So just I've been thinking about this anyways. What if Vipkid did this? Now, we know that the 5-apple rating, it seems to be sort of all or nothing with that. So it's a 5 or it's a 3 or whatever. It just seems like it's very binary. So what if they went the YouTube or the Facebook like or don't like? Now, I know there's benefits and drawbacks to that, but if they say don't like, I really like that they promote, that they give very good reasons on why that is the case, that they do not like that, the teacher, whatever they did, whatnot, they give good reasons. They have to give good reasons, and they know up front that if they do put a rating, a thumbs down, that they have to then back it up and potentially write a new one if the teacher does indeed challenge that. So that's something that, again, it's a new system, just simply thumbs up or thumbs down. And again, you look at how many thumbs up does a teacher get when you rate over all the classes, same as the 5-apple, but it's more of a binary decision like it is right now anyways for the most part. So that would just save from searching the amount of apples because everyone's around like 5 anyways, or 4.9 or whatever. So it just seems like that's redundant. That's my potential solution for it. Simple thumbs up, thumbs down. Not that they would ask me anyways, but what do you think? What do you think of that system? Can you think of something new for that part? What are your comments with anything I've said? I do love reading your comments. Please like, please subscribe. We'll come back and do a video in the next few days. Bye, everybody.